Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be our weekend roundup. We're going to talk about where we were and where we're headed. All right, now we're heading into the week of trading on the 27th. Last week was kind of slow. I'm not really sure what was going on last week. There were some things that I had pointed out where we were talking about the holiday trade, and there was a stock that I had pointed out at that time. But I'm going to do a separate video on the holiday trade and point out a bunch of the videos that I think that everybody would or the stocks that I think could possibly move as we head towards the end of the year, based on with all the things that are coming up with Thanksgiving, the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, you know. We just Halloween's gonna come up, so people are buying the costumes and stuff, and there are lots of parties going on. So this time of the year is a lot of celebrating going on. So I suspect the market is going to move this year, since last year we didn't get much movement out of the market. So we'll take a look at that and get an idea and go from there. All right, so sit tight and pay attention. And remember, all right, as you're putting on your trades, be careful with your stops and make sure, if you're not only using a mental stop, you use that physical stop on your charting. And I'm going to do it. I've been meaning to do a charting video too. If you're a customer of the Thinkorswim with Charles Schwab, then you're probably using Thinkorswim and you're doing your charting the way I do my charting. But I need to put a video out for you to help you out with that as also. So be looking for that. Okay. But anyway, without holding you up any longer, we got to go. All right, we got our first one up. It's going to be the S&P 500. Broke out of this channel, trying to head back higher. Got the 20-day coming underneath to act as some support. Got a little bit of window open up here, so keep an eye on that. We need to make sure that that holds up and that we continue to push higher. We may get a little bit of a pullback into here to shut that window before heading higher. But it definitely looks like the S&P is bullish and continuing to head higher as we head into the week of the 27th of trading. Next up is going to be the Bitcoin, and Bitcoin got a little window that it opened up with this gap up, jump up a little bit, run into some resistance with the 20-day, trying to break out of this channel that it was in for the moment. But looks like it wants to continue higher. Then we got the oil. Oil running into some trouble at $61.90. It looks like $61.90 is running into some trouble for oil. Keep an eye on that. Got the 20 coming underneath. If it rolls over and catches it and helps it up higher, then look for it to try to get through this area, this old channel, and the 200 and the 150 that may act as resistance as it tries to head higher in the oil. And next up is going to be our Ethereum. And Ethereum ran into some trouble with the 20-day, but it also put in a nice green bar here and a nice bar here. And this, I'm not sure if that's a decent enough window to cause problems, so we'll watch out for Ethereum. And then we got gold. Look for some support at 4,000 or about the $4,000 area. So we'll see. Look for some support in here. Got the 8 and 9 coming over to act as resistance, but it won't be enough against the 20. So keep an eye on that with gold. Then we got Nat Gas. Got a nice little pop up here, window open down here, so watch out for Nat Gas with that window. And maybe it might want to try to continue higher here. Looks like it wants to pull back a little bit into the 20 and the 150, so we'll see what happens with Nat Gas. But as oil, so does Nat Gas, so keep an eye out. And then we got the NASDAQ trying to push higher. Got the 20-day coming underneath to access some support. Got a little window open. Expect to pull back in the 27th and then continue to head higher. Then we got our silver, which looks like the 20 wants to roll over and sell off on the silver. So be careful with silver. I think we're going to continue to sell off in the silver and head lower on it. Then we're going to have next up, I believe, is the Dow. So let's take a look at the Dow. And the Dow found some support down around 46,700. Got a little gap up like the NASDAQ and the S&P. So expect a little pullback in the Monday morning's trading. and then look for some support somewhere in here, and then continue to roll over and head higher. Down, NASDAQ, S&P, they're all looking bullish, so I think we're going to continue heading higher in those as we continue to head further into the end of the year. Next up is going to be the corn trade, and the corn looks like it wants to continue going higher. Got overhead resistance with the 200 and the 150 coming in, so keep an eye on those. All right, next up is going to be Apple. Through Apple in here, got a little window open on Apple, so I don't know if it wants to, respect this 20 or break through it to come and shut that window. But we do have some support at about $260, so keep an eye on Apple and see what it wants to do. But currently, like, it's bullish and wants to continue higher, but it may want to shut that window first. So keep an eye out on the trading coming up this week of the 27th with Apple. And then the last one we're going to do is probably going to be NVIDIA. We'll take a look at NVIDIA and see what we think about it. And NVIDIA has had this little range that it had been bumping around in for a little bit, put in this doji here, and then it starts to push higher. Got the 20 coming up to assist and help continue pushing it higher, but we'll see what happens as we head into the, like I said, trading of the 27th. But currently it's starting to look bullish again on NVIDIA. And it's been chopping around here for quite some time, but look how we're going to hit this 195 as we try to go higher, which may act as some resistance. As you can see right here, when this bar hit it, this was the day when the president had his little comment about China. So I'm not even sure if that really counts as anything, to be honest with you. It did knock us down a peg or two, but we may have been having that, might have been happening anyway, just based on how we were moving in the charts. Okay, so that might just be a nice resistance area for NVIDIA. So we'll see what happens when we get back there to that point. If we break through it or if we pull back. Let's put in a nice little J-hook pattern also too. So keep an eye on that. This little J-hook may just be another sign of strength coming back into NVIDIA, taking us higher towards the end of the year. All right, now we got the holiday trade coming up soon, so be looking for the holiday trade as you're going through these videos. And then we'll talk about these stocks that we're looking to push into the end of the year as we head into the buy. That concludes our weekend roundup. Be looking for the holiday trade. We'll point that out. I'll be putting that video out here real soon. Still trying to get this studio together. Everything's starting to come around nicely, so I'm just trying to get used to it and tweaking everything. So if it seems kind of odd right now and I'm seem like I might be a little out of place right now, it's because I'm still trying to figure out how to get this thing nice and smooth for you. But for the most part, we're going to get it done, and hopefully it'll be a little more enjoyable for a little more enjoyable for you when you're watching your videos and not just looking at charts. You can see my beautiful mug. But anyway, that's all I got for you for now. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, be careful out there. These markets are crazy.